Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome back to our last look at Vegeta, at least for the year. If you've been on my channel for a very long time, you know this is actually my third look into the Prince of All Saiyans. My first video was made a few years ago, taking a look at Vegeta throughout the entire series of Dragon Ball Z. A few weeks ago, I took a look at the Vegeta and his character journey throughout Dragon Ball Z Abridged, at least seasons 1 and 2. This video will be taking a look at Dragon Ball Z Abridged season 3, and if you haven't yet, I highly suggest taking a look at my last two videos in order to get the full context as to what you'll be getting today. Also, it helps me a lot out in the algorithm if you watch other videos and do other things. You can like or dislike the video, it honestly doesn't matter. You can call me a mean name in the comments.
You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
You can tell me how handsome or buff I look. No! You could. And yet it helps promote me in the algorithm. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, but based on our current number. However, when last time we left off on Vegeta, we watched seasons 1 and 2. Vegeta started off as a neutral evil character, and by the time we were done, he was at chaotic neutral. And boy, lots of people did not like that. A lot of people were insisting that neutral actions shouldn't bring you to the neutral alignment, and like, no? If you do 1,000 neutral acts throughout your lifetime and then did exactly one good thing, that doesn't make you a good person. That makes you a neutral person who made one good decision once in a while. Like, the neutral alignment doesn't exist because you're someone who does a good thing one day and then a bad thing another. No, it's a guy who's only out for themselves and maybe a small group of people that they might care about. I'll talk about this more in the post-analysis because a lot of people were commenting about that, and a lot of people were like saying I don't know what I'm talking about, and considering I've only done a couple hundred of these alignment videos, this is all I'm qualified to talk about, and people are confused, so we'll talk about that in the post-analysis. Stick around for that, but with that out of the way, let's go.
Do you really believe your own hype that much?
I am the hype! Don't you remember who I am? We fought when you landed on Earth!
No, I fought Kakarot. Nappa fought everyone else. Well, except for that one scrub who got killed by a cyber...
After training in space, Vegeta runs out of fuel and crash lands on Bulma's property with the declaration,
I'm back, bitches!
After returning, Bulma cows him into taking a shower and wearing a shirt he hates. Let's go with chaotic neutral.
We don't need Kakarot or anyone else. You have enough badass Saiyan on your team as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Frieza returns to Earth and Vegeta heads to his location with the other Z fighters. He barely gets along with anyone, but does volunteer to be the main striker against the Galactic Tyrant. Gohan does talk him down a bit, but he eventually formulates a strategy where he uses everyone else as a distraction and as a meat shield. Considering he's used to being in a position of command, I think he honestly expected people to follow his orders, so let's go with lawful evil.
Maybe you slackers just haven't been trying hard enough.
Says the non-Super Saiyan.
Fuck off!
A Super Saiyan stranger appears from the future and slays Frieza and Cold for the Z fighters. They all eagerly await for Goku to crash land back on Earth. Trunks shows them hospitality with a fridge of beer and snacks. Vegeta is not a fan of Trunks and talks smack to get on his nerves, but also waits alongside everybody else for Goku's return. But only because he wants to fight Goku, chaotic neutral.
As much as I love the phrasing of that, I'm gonna have to say no. And by no, I mean hell no.
Trunks warns Goku about the androids from the future. Goku then warns the Z fighters about him. Bulma wants to use the Dragon Balls to kill the person who's creating them, but Vegeta tells everyone no, he'd rather have a challenge and fight the androids, even if it means risking the entire planet. I know I gave Goku a chaotic neutral for this, but Vegeta gets a neutral evil since he has a I'm getting what I want, screw everybody else attitude. In order to prepare for their fight against the androids, the Z fighters all train. Vegeta harasses Dr. Briefs into making a chamber that can go 500 times Earth gravity. He also breaks some lab equipment in the process, chaotic neutral.
Oh no, the prince is getting all huffy. What are you gonna do, try to blow up Earth again? Because I got Goku on speed dial.
You must be as stupid as he is if you think he knows how to work a phone.
Don't you call me stupid!
Okay, then how about...
While Vegeta is training, Bulma calls to him. After a brief screaming match, Bulma invites Vegeta to a special kind of endurance training, to which Vegeta comes, locked, loaded, and fully protected. Also, there's an implication that this might have been the first time for both of them. Like, Yamcha was super wishy-washy about claiming to have slept with Bulma, and TFS said in their own Christmas countdowns that there's only 2 boyfriends that she had, Vegeta and Yamcha, and I mean, like, if that's how you start, literally sky's the limit, I guess? Good for them. This is a dumb discussion, but let me know if you think this is true in the comments. I'm curious. I've heard a few theories on this, but man, that would be funny. True neutral.
You got me pregnant, you idiot!
How is that my fault?
You said you were wearing protection!
I was wearing my armor!
After the incident with Bulma, she and Vegeta get into an argument about jobs since he got her pregnant, which is really weird because Bulma's rich. Why does she... Whatever. Vegeta, in character, abandons responsibility and fucks off into space. There, he trains to become a Super Saiyan with push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice.
I wanna be a Super Saiyan! I wanna!
Finally, back on Earth, Vegeta makes a beeline to the androids and saves Goku. Weirdly enough, he might actually be doing this out of a weird affection for Kakarot, or at least Goku is the one person in the world that he doesn't want to die. Granted, it is selfish and he doesn't exactly handle Goku with care, but like, Vegeta does save Goku's life and fights off the androids for his benefit, kinda. I'm gonna give it a single chaotic good, but like, yeah, kinda, right? This at least deserves a half ding.
But I'm curious. Can it feel fear?
Scanning. Processing. Results inconclusive.
Let's fix that, shall we?
Destroying a soulless android, especially one who's killing your rival, doesn't warrant any special ding, but Vegeta plays with his food and wants to prove that...
Do you feel fear, android?
No, please. Get away.
Going above and beyond to terrorize a soulless machine, I'd have to say is pretty chaotic evil.
What, are you trying to imply that this wannabe Super Saiyan from the future is my son?
After destroying 19, he's about to destroy Android 20, however, he runs away. The Z Warriors pursue, however, they can't sense his energy. Vegeta throws out a Ki Blast as bait, and it works. And while Vegeta mocks the android, he Sonic bounces away. They eventually corner him, and he tries to drain Piccolo. Once cornered, however, Vegeta goes in to finish him off, but Piccolo plays into his ego, and Vegeta lets him have Gero in order to regain some of his dignity. While dismantling the android, Bulma unfortunately shows up at the worst time. Android 20 attacks her, causing enough of a distraction, allowing him to leave. True neutral.
Are you giving me orders?
No, I'm trying to help you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, but I don't listen to bastards.
Once Bulma is safe, she tells the gang that Android 20 is in fact Dr. Gero, and she explains that he's a scientist of the Red Ribbon Army. She does know where his lab is and tells the gang where to go. They head out, but before they do, Trunks tries to get Vegeta to proceed with caution, and Vegeta dresses him down. In fact, once he learns that Trunks is his son, he is actually pretty aggressive towards him, and he treats him just as poorly as he treats Yamcha. Debatably worse, with repeated verbal abuse. I'm gonna give it one chaotic evil. One insult wouldn't have warranted that, but this is consistent downgrading. He didn't even treat Nappa this badly.
You're definitely Vegeta's kid.
So, you done throwing a hissy fit?
At least I did something instead of just standing there staring at them.
The androids are up, and they've killed Dr. Gero. Seeing a new target and realizing they're going to attempt to kill Goku, Vegeta heads off to fight them. Trunks gets in the way again and touches the Goku button.
There's no way we can fight them without Goku.
And I wish you'd understand who you're talking to.
He shouldn't have did that. Pursuing murderous androids that are going to kill your rival, and then likely you, isn't actually an evil thing. This is defending Goku and defending himself. However, Vegeta just doesn't care, and he's really just attacking the androids to challenge himself, and to show off his own Super Saiyan strength. He also doesn't care about the human collateral, and is just going around pretty recklessly. He eventually gets overpowered by 18, and both of his arms get broken, causing him to pass out. I'm gonna give this a chaotic evil because of all these factors.
I mean, have you ever met me? I'm me. I'm a big deal. And you know who's really at fault here? The boy.
After he's given a senzu bean, he flies off in a frustrated rage and spends the next several episodes hyping himself up and ignoring everyone. This is a very clear temper tantrum, chaotic neutral.
The f***'s a commie?
A blue sky user that doesn't understand basic economics.
Oh yeah, see?
And now we have this.
You, Namekian, too strong. Explain now.
After sensing the battle between Piccolo and Cell, Vegeta arrives and gets updated on information. Trunks and Cell abort Cell, in this timeline, video for another day, and then Trunks tries to go to connect with Vegeta, which goes about as well as you'd expect.
Notice me!
No!
It isn't until Goku shows up and offers them a way to train in the hyperbolic time chamber does Vegeta respond to anything. Once he learns that he can get a full year's worth of training in 24 hours, he insists that he heads in first. Once inside, he and Trunks immediately get together and both gain a level in the Keymaster class and Golden Warrior Prestige class that can be found on my Keymaster Ultimate Bundle over on LoadingCrewCrafts.com. This Pathfinder First Edition supplement offers 6 new races inspired by Saiyans, Half Saiyans, Frost Demons, Namekians, and Majins. The Keymaster class is the closest thing that you're going to be able to play a DBZ character, and the Golden Golden Warrior Prestige class will let you play as a Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza, or Orange Namekian. Buying the Paragon vs. Apotheon also grants you the Godling race inspired by the Kaioshin, as well as the Mythic Paths inspired by Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue. If you don't play Pathfinder 1E, what's wrong with you? The complete Waifu Handbook is still available, and that 352-page book is compatible with 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons as well as Pathfinder 2nd edition, and it has over 8 new races, a dozen new classes, as well as cooking mechanics, camping mechanics, and NPCs, and a whole ass setting. Just head on over to loadingcrewcrafts.com and use my coupon code MyWaifu to get 10% off your total order.
Blah, 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 pride, blah, blah, prince of all, blah, 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 Super Saiyan, blah, blah, blah.
Also, Vegeta gets a chaotic neutral for his behavior with the time chamber.
That's right. I have reached a new level. Do you hear me, Kakarot? I am finally stronger than you!
Neat!
You!
Trunks and Vegeta emerge from the chamber, and it's pretty clear that Vegeta was not a positive training partner. So much that Trunks reveals later that he was afraid to show Vegeta his Bara Saiyan form because he was afraid that it would damage his pride. So I think a year in the chamber is worth maybe 2 chaotic neutrals since Vegeta didn't really change his personality much or bond with his son. But they were training together for a full 12 months, so yeah, let's give him 2 dings.
This is easily the greatest thing you've ever produced. Yes, even you.
Bulma shows up after they emerge and gives everyone new Saiyan armor, which Vegeta shows his appreciation in his own way. Afterwards, he goes to fight Cell. He dog walks semi-perfect Cell, and it isn't even close. After a while, Cell taunts Vegeta, saying that he would have been able to annihilate him if only he could absorb Android 18. Vegeta agrees to the proposition and tries to help Cell get the android, but Trunks interferes, which causes a big fight. Trunks overpowers Vegeta with a blast, which Vegeta is proud of, but still pissed, and due to a well-timed solar flare, Cell is able to absorb 18, achieving his perfect form. Torturing and playing with Cell, and then selling out the world for a better challenge is neutral evil. In fact, I'm gonna give him 2 since doing anything except icing Cell on sight is too dangerous, and Vegeta is pragmatic enough to know that.
Hard as you can. Are we clear?
Crystal.
Perfect Cell emerges and totally takes control of the situation. Cell offers him one opportunity to get a free hit, and at first he doesn't take it seriously. However, he then powers up his strongest blast, the Final Flash. Still a Nat 20 scene, even in the Abridged series. To this day, this attack is the strongest blast fired in the Cell saga, and if Cell took it head on, that would have been game over. But he did dodge a little bit at the last second, avoiding death. However, Cell regenerates, pip-slap Vegeta, and KOs him. He then needs to be carried away by Krillin, chaotic neutral.
Fine, whatever. Leave you to it. Say goodbye, Vegeta.
Revived by Krillin, he and Vegeta almost have a bonding moment where he lets himself be vulnerable. He is then frustrated at his own impotence and the fact that even though he trained as hard as he couldn't match Cell, or his own son for that matter. And he now realizes that he's gonna have to wait for Goku, and it kills him. He laughs when Krillin insults himself, but lashes out when he makes a playful jab. He can dish it out, but he definitely can't take it. Gonna give him a chaotic neutral for that.
Vegeta! It's been so long! How was space?
Hello, MILF.
Oh, Veggie, I'm a grandmother now. Call me Gilf.
Your culture is so confusing.
After getting humiliated by Cell, Vegeta is relegated to Observer again. He hangs out with the gang when the Cell games are announced. He then witnesses Goku emerge from the chamber with complete mastery over his Super Saiyan form and then tries to go train on his own. And overall, he just doesn't know what to do with himself. Chaotic neutral.
On, let's toss you through a mountain of fire for old time's sake. The old silent treatment, is it? Don't tell me you came all the way out here just to stand around and look mean.
During the Cell games, Vegeta doesn't really do anything other than observe. He cracks a joke here and there, but it doesn't harm or help his team the entire time. Even when Goku gives up, he just complains and comments without affecting Goku or the story. He does react when Cell sends out his spawn, but honestly, Vegeta is a total non-factor in these 4 episodes. Right up until this moment, however.
My baby boy!
Cell achieves post-perfection and kills Trunks, thinking that he was shooting for Tien. Vegeta reacts with parental rage with a line that I feel is a little corny, but it works. Cell naturally backhands him and he's nearly KO'd from the bitch slap. Gohan protects Vegeta from a ki blast and then Vegeta apologizes for nearly getting him killed, which signals to Gohan that things are really, really dire. Chaotic good for the parental rage.
Just like you told me. There's no point in being afraid of the inevitable.
Yeah.
In the beam struggle to end all beam struggles, while Gohan and Goku are doing their little heart-to-heart and doing all those pesky things like character development, Vegeta sneaks behind Cell and hits him with a ki blast that causes him to flinch just enough so that Gohan is able to overpower him with his Kamehameha, ending Cell. Chaotic good and Nat 20 scene.
Oh, shit!
I'm also going to give him another half ding for chaotic good. But as Trunks is leaving, his father says goodbye to him in his own special way, and this is considered a positive exchange, and I do like how it's done here. Very in character for both these two for this series. Also, we are going to do the Boo bits and the Dragon shorts for Vegeta, since there are some important bits here and there for him, but I'll be breezing past a lot of the Boo saga and giving a very DBZ abridged Kai interpretation of what's happening. They also added some funny jokes for Vegeta here, but like, these are barely canon.
Oh my god, it's finally over.
It's only scary the first time because you don't know what you're doing, right? Just go easy on yourself.
In the abridged canon, Vegeta does take a more active role in Trunks' development, especially on nights where Bulma isn't there, with the help of Uncle Nappa, of course, who already knows what not to do. We're gonna give him 1 neutral good for the 10% I'm guessing he puts in as a parent. He does at least understand what the emergency numbers are and how to handle certain problems.
Spike it. Why is it covered in jelly?
That's placenta, you idiot. Don't you remember when I had... Wait, you don't remember because you weren't there!
Yeah, because I was training in space.
Oh my god, you are a bad father and a terrible partner.
Why does everybody keep saying that?
Also in DBZ abridged canon, he does keep up with the other Z Warriors as friends. He heads over to Krillin's on movie nights, and he's there for the birth of Goten. True neutral.
What is your damage?
I haven't taken any damage. That's the problem.
There's got to be someone else you can ask to fight you.
I tried.
Team 4-Star also planted seeds of Vegeta's depression and stagnation while Goku is gone. He challenges everyone he respects to a fight.
If you don't go Super Saiyan, who knows? Maybe I'll have a...
No, not you, you neurotic imp. You're a woman.
In this short, he's seen challenging Gohan as a last resort, and I do think it's commendable how he challenged Gohan last. I think he understands that Gohan is a pacifist, and you can tell that he kinda respects that, especially after the events with Cell. It's a nice detail, and it's kinda neutral. Normally this would be chaotic neutral, but I think we're gonna switch it to true just because he is showing a lot of restraint here, at least for Vegeta.
Stop calling them slaves.
Fine. Interns.
Thank you.
Over the years, Vegeta acclimates to life as a live-in boy toy. He doesn't contribute to the Brief's household, as we know, but in the Dragon shorts, he's at least a presence in Trunks' life, even if he isn't a provider. He's got a rich sugar mama, so there really isn't a need for him to do anything but keep up casually in his training. Also, his depression over Goku did hit hard enough to cause some minor hallucinations, which he did see a shrink for. We're gonna give him 2 true neutrals over this.
I'm here to make you a proposition.
I'm listening.
Also, the Boo saga progresses as it normally would. The World Tournament happens, Goku returns, Vegeta versus Goku is drawn during the tournament, Shin shows up, Videl is steamrolled, Gohan's energy gets absorbed by Spofovich and the other guy, Babidi happened, Boo distraction, there. If you want more info, go watch my regular Vegeta alignment video. Anyway, Vegeta seeing Goku become so much stronger than him stews his own rage that Babidi detects. He asks Vegeta if he wants to be turned evil in exchange for power. Vegeta agrees and his alignment is shifted to chaotic evil. Vegeta is teleported back to the World's Martial Arts Tournament, kills a bunch of fools, and then challenges Goku to a one-on-one fight. Goku asks him why he went through the trouble, and Vegeta explains. Now that they're fighting, Vegeta then says,
God, I missed you.
What's that?
Neutral evil.
New strong guy dropped. Wanna go see?
Yeah, I do.
Yay!
Majin Buu is released and Vegeta drops the rivalry and agrees to fight him with Goku. He hears Goku about to explain his new form and Vegeta is like, I don't want to hear it, I'm just gonna get angry, and then KOs him. He takes the Senzu Bean, gives his son his first hug, and to his knowledge his last. He then KOs Gotenks and leaves everyone to Piccolo as he attempts one last attack in taking out Buu. Also, Nat 20 scene, you can tell Lanny gave it his all here. Good job, dude. Chaotic good.
Gotenks is like all Goten and a little Trunks. And I both know how this stacks.
Anyway, lots of stuff happens. Checks the other videos. The Vegeta proper one has a lot more details. But anyway, Vegeta is revived for 24 hours as an emergency to handle Super Buu. He and Goku both arrive on Earth and fuse with the Potara, fully believing this will be a permanent fusion, which I think does deserve a lawful good.
So he's definitely still stronger than the both of us, right?
Almost as dumb.
Anyway, this doesn't work. Super Buu is devolved into Kid Buu and they escape to the world of the Kais. Vegeta realizes that they stand no chance against Kid Buu and tells Goku to grab Gohan, who is dead. Oops. Goku then suggests a spirit bomb, which Vegeta doesn't agree in this version, but eventually allows it to happen and then yells at the world to give him their energy. Even though this makes it worse, I'm gonna give Vegeta a chaotic good for doing his best, I guess.
After 15 years, I just don't excite you anymore, is that it?
You know, Piccolo wasn't like this when you came along.
Oh. That's what this is now.
Oh god, I promised years ago that if we broke 50,000 views on the old Vegeta video, I'd do Dragon Ball Super Vegeta, and yeah, that's a project for next year, I guess. After the events of Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta becomes one of Earth's strongest defenders. But in the moments we see on screen, he's acting pretty neutral. Like I mentioned before the dings, people seem to be confused as to why I'm labeling Vegeta as neutral so often when he's only doing self-serving things. And again, I do need to remind people that the question that this video is asking is what D&D alignment is Vegeta? And people seem to be taking this question as, where will Vegeta go in the afterlife? What these videos ask isn't, is Vegeta's soul redeemed after a lifetime of killing? It's just, what is his general behavior going to be like in any situation? At the early stages of Vegeta's life, he's killed millions, if not billions, of intelligent life forms. And in the cosmology of the Dragon Ball universe, it's going to take a lot to redeem his soul. After the events of Season 1, Season 2, and even most of Season 3 for that matter, Vegeta's soul isn't redeemed, regardless of the fact that he has a wife, or I guess a baby mama, and a child who loves him. That doesn't clear Vegeta of his sins. In fact, Piccolo himself even jokes about this in the Abridged series.
Do you think I'll see Kakarot when I die?
What, like in heaven? Because... no.
Okay, fuck you.
The whole point of my channel and the whole point of these video essays is to use alignment as a tool to take a look at character progression and to discuss the writing process and to see if that progression is satisfying and natural. Believe me, if I wanted to talk about D&D in a way that will make me money or bring me fame, I'll just make tutorial videos talk about how to play the damn game. You know, basically ripping off Tulok the Barbarian, who I think actually did a video on how to play Vegeta in 5e. My channel exists not because I care about the game mechanics or souls or whatever. I'm here to talk about character progression and crack jokes about D&D because it's fun. Also, it lets me sell waifu books and Keymaster books that way. You guys came in real clutch on the Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Again, appreciate that. Anyway, the reason Vegeta is so exciting to talk about when it comes to alignment is precisely because he's so morally complicated, and his behavior has some of the most drastic change throughout any character in the series. Yeah, my Goku video technically got more views, but if you look at my analytics really closely, you can see that Vegeta brought in way more people. People care about Vegeta's character and his alignment because it's a fascinating question to ask. However, regrettably, Dragon Ball Z Abridged Vegeta doesn't really get that redemption, especially if you take a look at the Boo bits. If anything, he becomes something of a burnout, and he's kind of depressed by the end. In the Abridged series, specifically the Boo bits, he never acknowledges that Goku's the best. He didn't suggest that Earth has the strength to defend itself with the Spirit Bomb, and he still refers to his wife and son as his stuff, which is aggressively not his character arc by the end of DBZ proper. Again, it's another reason why I felt that the Boo bits don't really belong in my particular review process. His ending at the end of the Cell arc, though, is quite satisfying, although that line, "My baby boy!" is really corny, and it did feel a little self-indulgent on the side of Team 4-Star. I do feel this is a massive misstep, and it's played a little bit too soon. Vegeta would have screamed something like he does in the original dub. I don't know, I just don't feel like Vegeta would be screaming, "My baby boy." It's just like really odd. But since we won't be getting any more Dragon Ball Z Abridged content, at least nothing like this, but more like this, I don't know if we're gonna get any more Vegeta in that, but I'm quite satisfied with what we were delivered. Vegeta is on his way of becoming a better person, but he just isn't quite there, and it's gonna take years of healing and removing him from negative environment to make it work. And to its credit, Dragon Ball Super, despite how much I've complained about it, does give us a lot more good Vegeta moments. He's pretty much the important character in that series after Bulma, of course. It's one of the few things I really did like about Dragon Ball Super. But come back next week on Frieza Day for our final look into Dragon Ball Z Abridged for the year. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next time.